got to shout out Gaz Wads, who's super chatted £5 right at the start of the show. Thank you, Gaz. He says, hey, Joe, I'm having a bad day, mate. Just found out we are like 95% going to be signing Callum Wilson. You think your ownership is bad? Ours is horrendous. Callum Wilson, right, personally, my thoughts on Callum Wilson are, I think he's a good player, mate. I know he's a bit of an injury-prone melter and his best days are behind him. What is he, like 33 now? I don't know. But he's not bad for a cheeky freebie pickup, if you ask me. But, each to their own there, Gaz. Thank you very much for getting in there. I don't mind him. Gaz, thank you so much for the super chat, lad. Joshua, Dave, Andrew. Yes, mate. Mark Mudd, Carabo, Greg L, Predator, Faisal. Loads of legends getting in here. Agrippa Chinhara, great to see you, lad. Yes, mate. Wayne the Red, Welsh Hunter, and everybody as well. Do us a favour at the start of this stream, then smash that like button on it. Give us a huge thumbs up. Share us around on X if you fancy. You can repost us using the link at the top of the chat. We will shout you out later on during the show, my friends. Oh, yes. Anyway, I hope you're all having a great, great day. It's Tuesday. It's pretty rainy down here on the south coast, but it's nice. It's nice. It's been too hot, hasn't it, recently? So it's quite nice. Anyway, hope you're all well, guys. Thank you for joining. Let's get stuck into the transfer news. So Man United obviously getting Mbeumo done officially yesterday. Get in there, my son. Come on. I didn't do a video about it. No. I was melting, guys, yesterday. I was absolutely melting. I just slept for ages. Oh, no. But we did, look, Bryan Mbeumo is now obviously official. He's got the number 19 there. Get in there, lad. Love that. Here's a report from The Athletic that said that Brentford applied pressure on Mbeumo to accept moves to suitors such as Newcastle or Tottenham shithouses Brentford. But the player remained adamant on moving to Manchester United at any cost. This is the shirt he wore as a child. That's what he said after signing. I love everything about Bryan Mbeumo so far, guys. I mean, plus, I like the fact that we're signing somebody who's probably going to change a bit of the mentality of the way we play, as in he's a very hard-working player. And there's a couple of melts in this team that need to be sacked off because they don't work hard enough. And he's somebody... It's always good to have hard-working players in your team because it sort of encourages the others to do the same, lead by example. And Bryan Mbeumo actually... nobody covered, no forward in the Premier League last season covered more ground than Bryan Mbeumo, which I think does tell a story, really. He's all over the gaff. He's working hard for his team. So we're signing a player that's hopefully going to bring that sort of mentality to proceedings because we need it. We need someone who's got a bit of bottle about him rather than, I'm just some little fucking egomaniac melt job, I'm just going to bottle it out. I'm not track back and not try and have a freaking paddy if the manager doesn't select me from the start and dye my hair to look like a fucking Backstreet Boy or whatever. All these fucking melts we've got in the team. So just to get somebody in there who seems, on the face of it at least, a bit of a no-nonsense, hard-working individual, get in there, my son. Loving Bryan Mbeumo. I'm sick of these, I've broken a fucking fingernail, no, what's that, I can't be doing with these sorts of melts in our team anymore. I'm talking about Rashford, I'm talking about Garnacho, I'm talking about Sancho, I'm talking about all of these melts, obviously. So to get somebody like that, I think is very, very good. Just on Sancho, just while we're on Sancho here very quickly, bit annoying. But Jadon Sancho, there's this whole mini saga going on with Sancho. Where's Sancho going? Is he going to Juventus? Don't know. Gianluca Di Marzio earlier on today reporting, though, that Jadon Sancho to Juventus is now on hold. After investing heavily in the purchase of Francesco Conceição, Juventus now want to wait for at least one sale on the wingers, including Nico Gonzalez, Weir and others. Brilliant, isn't it? Jadon Sancho is almost unbelievable. It's so difficult to get rid of this guy. Goodness me. He's like a lingerer, man. Anyway, so Jadon Sancho needs to be sacked off, doesn't he? Need to get rid of him. Juventus on hold now. Let's just hope that can get done. I don't really care if it's for a few million quid at this stage. Just get him off the books. Surely Juve would see the value in having him for, 8 million quid. Plus paying his wages. It's not that bad, is it? Let's get on to United now, though. Obviously, we have signed Mbeumo. And Mbeumo, obviously, great player. Hopefully, he's going to do good things for us. I'm excited about seeing him. Hopefully, we're going to see him in the first game on the tour as well in 5 days' time. Come on, United. but he is somebody that can come and maybe help change the way that we approach things slightly because of his hard-working mentality. It's very important. So I'm really happy to have Mbeumo. Seems a really good signing, seems a really good player. Couple that with Matheus Cunha, that's your number 10 sorted. That's going to provide goals and creation. But we also need somebody up there, don't we, to smash in the goals, to finish off the chances, to not be such a complete melter in front of goal, a la Gasmus Boyland. Oh, Gasmus Boyland is infuriating, isn't he, in front of goal? He has a very poor touch, I believe. He's just not clinical in front of goal. He doesn't have that natural finishing ability. He's a rickety young thing. He's only young and he can get better, but goodness me, it's like watching Bambi on ice out there every time he's out there, isn't it, this twat? Newborn baby giraffe vibes all day. Anyway, so reports are that we'll be focusing on, getting a couple more signings in. Certainly a number 9 is of paramount importance. Amorim's desperate for a number 9. That's the reports anyway. He wants to get a new number 9 in because we need goals. We need somebody who can finish off the goals. You look at what we've got in our arsenal at the moment. That's probably a poor choice of words, but you look at what we've got in terms of firepower up there at the moment. And, you've got Gasmus Boyland. I mean, that's just not enough, is it? I guess Xerxes could be playing up there, but again, maybe not enough. He's not really clinical himself. He is good. I like him in a lot of ways, but not necessarily as a 9. Beyond that, you've got Chido Obi, who's just a young lad. So, of course, we do have to get somebody in who's going to be the main number 9. There's a lot of players linked at the moment. This is from Ornstein this morning. He said that Utd Transfer focus now is on areas including number 9. Recent inquiries for Ekitike and Gyokeres, Sekso, Watkins, Jackson on list, but not actively pursuing. Can change if prices reduce. So obviously Chelsea asking for big money for Nicolas Jackson. Ooh, are they for real? I don't think they are for real. But in terms of the amount of money they're going to get, surely that's unrealistic, as in what they're asking for right now, which is believed to be 70, 80 million or somewhere around there, which is just crazy. Maybe if there was a Garnacho swap, it could happen. But still, again, we don't want Jackson anyway. I don't. But not actively pursuing, can change if prices reduce. Man United currently working more on other candidates. So, yeah, Jackson's on the list, but we're not pursuing him. It doesn't seem like we've got that interest in Nicolas Jackson, and nor should we. His price is far too much. He's another Bambi on ice, if you ask me. Just doesn't really look the clinical player that we need. So, good option, I suppose. He's a better player than Rasmus Højlund in the sense that he will get us more goals than Rasmus. But so would Jermaine Jackson. So it's really no... it really doesn't matter who we get out of these guys. I mean, obviously, Ekitike's off the list now. Gyokeres is realistically off the list now. But just on Gyokeres, I mean, I guess we might as well talk about it. It sounds absolute bollocks, and it is bollocks. But late last night, some reports coming out from Fab, 1:11 a.m, this one, that said that United have been offered again the chance by intermediaries close to Sporting to bid for Viktor Gyokeres, same as last week. Clear answer once again from Victor. He wants to join Arsenal. His only desire. He keeps fighting for that. And then just more quotes on it. He says, in the last 24 hours, in the recent hours, overnight, between Monday and Tuesday, from Sporting intermediaries offered again to United the opportunity to enter in the deal and try to hijack the move. Okay, so Viktor Gyokeres is apparently being offered to Manchester United still. Look, I'm sure Amorim would want it, and we've discussed the situation with Gyokeres there. He wants Arsenal and only Arsenal because they've got the Champions League football, and obviously lots of other reasons. I guess they're just further along, they're more settled. From our perspective, yes, I guess if Amorim could get him, he probably still would want him. But the only way that Gyokeres becomes available for Man United is if Arsenal sign Sekso or someone else, and just don't pursue that deal there for Gyokeres in the end because they're unable to reach an agreement with Sporting. Maybe that does happen. Maybe they can't reach an agreement with Sporting. Maybe they're not prepared to pay the money that we maybe would. But I think he's going to Arsenal, isn't he? Unfortunately, Gyokeres, guys. So that is, that's some speculative links and stuff with Gyokeres being offered to Manchester United. It's just really, in my opinion, to speed things up with Arsenal there from Sporting side of things, try and get the deal done, try and put a bit of pressure on them. And obviously, it may well work. But I guess it could have the effect that maybe they walk away from the deal because it's just too much. They can't reach that agreement with Sporting, and maybe they look at somewhere else. I mean, let's ask the live chat, guys, for a bit of fun. Yeah, exactly, Gungshi. He says Gyokeres is dead to me. He's already an Arsenal-Holland. Oh, true. And he was an Arsenal-Holland before he's an Arsenal-Holland. No, I'm only joking. But Gyokeres is dead to me. I love that. No, I was going to ask the live chat. Let's ask the live chat, guys. Where do you think Gyokeres is going to end up? Will it be Arsenal? Do they get the deal done soon? Will it be Manchester United? I'm laughing there because I don't think it's us. It's Arsenal, isn't it? It's more of a rhetorical question, really. It's Arsenal, isn't it? He only wants to go to Arsenal, but I guess Fabrizio, has said that he's been offered around to other clubs. I think that's just to add a little bit of pressure. Coventry City, get in there, thugger. Arsenal. Unfortunately, Brentford, Saudi. He'll waste his prime like Van Persie did at Arsenal. Love that, Daniel. Love that. Thing is, though, Daniel, the only difference there is that, they sort of were in the Champions League at the time. I mean, we're expected to come to us. We haven't even got that. We're like 15th, lad. Arsenal, he'll stay at Sporting and go to Juventus on loan. Interesting. Arsenal, we've never bid for him. No, exactly. Don't care. It won't be United. So true, Disco Davy legend. He'll go to Arsenal. You get Watkins or Sekso. Not asked as long as it's not here. Legends. Okay, so Gyokeres, I guess we've got a small chance if Arsenal were going to sack off the deal and maybe go elsewhere. We're actually linked with Hjulmand at the moment as well, with Morten Hjulmand. Again, it's a decent link. He's a good player, but apparently Manchester City also interested in him. I don't know. I don't think he's very high up on the list there for us at the moment, but he could be, I suppose. He could be. Depends what Amorim wants to do. I mean, obviously, it's down to what Amorim wants. If he wants Hjulmand, maybe he can make that happen. Perhaps we go for Premier League proven, like Watkins, Visser, these guys. But obviously, the deal is, at the moment, we've got to focus on new signings. So this is also via David Ornstein. It just says we're set to focus on new signings in other areas in no particular order. New goalkeeper, defensive midfielders on the agenda, new striker. I mean, I personally feel like the striker is the most important, followed by the goalkeeper, and then the midfielder. But those three positions are absolutely important for us to get. If we can get those three positions sorted with good players, then I think we'll all be feeling reasonably confident going into the season. We'll have some good personnel in there. If we could get a good keeper, hopefully Senny Lamans is going to be really good for us if we do go and sign him. If not, we're linked with Emi Martinez still and others. Defensive midfielder would be very, very nice indeed, wouldn't it? Yes, that would be lovely. Just very quickly on Emi Martinez. So the situation there, there's an update here from Ben Jacobs a short while ago today that just says that the situation remains the same with Emi Martinez. Villa keeper keen on a move, but Man United yet to decide. Villa also now in a stronger financial position following sale of women's team. Original plan was to bring in a young number 2. Talks for Senny Lamans ongoing as revealed. See, now I don't really like that whole phrase, young number 2. Because is Senny Lamans coming in there to be the number 2 for Andre Onana? Because if so, then that's cash. We can't have Mr. Flubberhand staying for the rest of the season here, can we, and starting the season and all that sort of guff. It makes no sense. I hope Senny Lamans would be coming in to challenge Andre Onana and ideally replace Andre Onana. So if we're just going to get some backup young cheap melt to come in and sit on the bench and be Raymond van der Gaal Mark II, what's the point of that? We need somebody to replace Flubberhand at the moment. So, I hope Senny Lamans would be coming in to do that, and he does seem to be a keeper that maybe has the potential to be a very good top-class keeper in the future. But it is Belgian Pro League vibes, I mean, Emi Martinez has that experience. If we signed Emi Martinez, he would be replacing Andre Onana, wouldn't he? He's not coming in and Andre's going to take his place at any time soon, I don't think. If we signed Emi Martinez, it's a clear message of what we're trying to do. We're trying to address a problem area in the team for the season. And we're also sending a message to Andre Onana as well that, yes, your time is up at the football club and we need to find you a new home. We need to get you a transfer, and hopefully then we'd be able to sell him. And then the speculation would creep in from other clubs being linked with him, and then just before you know it, maybe you can sell Andre. So there you go. I'm leaning more towards Emi Martinez again, because, like I say, if we sign Senny Lamans, not saying Ben Jacobs knows what he's talking about, I'm just saying if we sign Senny Lamans, though, then if he's coming in as a young option to maybe challenge Andre, but essentially to be a number 2, I'm not all about that life. I'm all about replacing Andre Onana with somebody who's going to be the new number 1, which would be Emi Martinez, wouldn't it, if Emi Martinez came in? There's also Diogo Costa. If you've got a spare 50 million quid, maybe you could convince him to come right now. But again, expensive. We don't have that money. If we sold Garnacho, if we sold Sancho, if we sold others, perhaps you could see something like that happening. But right now, it's just not really on the cards. We need to focus on the striker first and foremost, I suppose. Just get that done because we need goals up there. But also, yeah, I mean, that goalkeeper position is a problem. It's a problem area. It's a real problem area. So, Emi Martinez, to me, makes the most sense, I suppose, because he has got that Premier League proven experience. But getting somebody who, I suppose, would be less expected to flop. He would be more expected to just bed in straight away because he's used to the Premier League, the pace of the Premier League, the physicality of the Premier League, all the rest of it. So, to me, he gets my vote. But I'll just ask the live chat very quickly, what goalkeeper would you like to see Man United get if we can only get one? Is it the young, more so unproven Seny Lamens, who does look really good, who might be even the number 2 to begin with? Is it Emi Martinez, the proven wily shithouse from Argentina, coming in there from Premier League side with Premier League proven experience and the most experience at 32 years of age? Is it Diogo Costa? Very wishful thinking at this stage, probably unrealistic. Let's not even use him as an option. But let's get your thoughts and opinions in about who you would like to see Man United go for. I still say it's got to be Martinez, if we can only get one, because of the experience, the fact he could come in maybe and do the business now. Lily says you should take Jackson, Pig. Yeah, no thanks, Lily. Rather have Michael Jackson even now. Thank you, Lily Gamer, though, for your suggestion. You should take Garnacho from us, though, for 60 million. We'd be up for that. Yeah, Lamens. Interesting. Gyokeres to be announced against Arsenal, can see it. Interest in that. Andre Onana looks like a good talent. Well, I guess he did look like a good talent before we signed him, and now he's turned into absolute guff. He was always overrated, in my opinion, anyway. Never worth 50 million. Never. Get De Gea back, mate. Oh, please. Well, we are paying Fiorentina towards the end of our pre-season, aren't we? I think it's back at Old Trafford, that one. So maybe we can get him in the old, the old manager's room or whatever, manager's office. Get a cheeky deal signed, mate. You never know. These clubs from the women's team don't sit right. That's odd, isn't it, Steve Houghton? What's coming next, mate? I don't know. I hope it never gets to that stage like it has in, America, where you get like clubs or teams changing cities and stuff. Like, I can't think of the example right now. Isn't it like there was a team called like the something Oilers back in the day who changed to somewhere, who moved to like San Francisco or something, and there's no oil there, or some shit like that. There's loads of teams moving. Is that the next thing that happens in English football? We actually kind of saw it, I suppose, with MK Dons, didn't we, some years back, when they replaced like Wimbledon? Because it was weird is they sort of like bought Wimbledon and then just like changed it, and then became MK Dons in Milton Keynes. That's weird. That's basically the same thing I was just talking about. So I hope that never happens. But you're right, flogging women's teams' rights and stuff, that's weird, mate. Why are they doing that? That's desperate, mate. They should have just sold a player or two. Bunch of bottle jobs. Lamens, I mean, it is actually sold to their parent company, right, I believe. Something like that. So it's all just dodgy dealings, isn't it, mate? Heaton, Lamens. Heaton did look good the other day, to be fair. Though. Costa, Lamens, Martinez. Interesting shout there, Mikhail. I like it. None fixed the team in many other positions first. Wow, really? So you'd be happy going in with Andre Onana there, thugger? That's insane. Lunin from Madrid as he's permanently benched by Courtois. By the way, we've got 180 legends in here. Do us a favour, hit the like button if you're just joining us. Let's see if we can get 180 likes on this cheeky little lunchtime live. Get yourself subscribed and involved in the channel as well if you're new by smashing that subscribe button. We're on our way to 91,600 subscribers. Let me see how many far away we are. We need 13 new legends to hit that subscribe button, and then we're at 91,600, which is epic. So if you're new to the channel, give us a subscribe. We need 13 more legends. Cheers. Onana, a great ball-playing keeper. A ball bag, maybe. Precisely. He is more ball bag than baller. That's true. Keep Onana. Well, I think we've got no choice but to keep Onana, mate. Could you imagine selling him? It's like going to the car boot sale and being like, £2 for a pound, £2 for a pound. Get a couple of turds here for £1. It's like, fair enough. You might get some sicko come along and buy one. But more often than not, nobody's buying a box of a couple of turds, mate, for £1. It's not going to happen, is it? Got to be Lamens, surely. I think it's probably the most realistic because he's easily obtainable, isn't he, coming from Royal Antwerp, and he's young, and he's also been linked with United in the past, and he's said some great comments, such as, you know, he likes that the fact that he's linked to English football because it suits his style and all this stuff that he's been saying that I've heard quotes from in the past. So Lamond, yes, I mean, obviously he would be a good acquisition. There's no risk there, really. It could be 17 million. He could also develop into a really top keeper. He's only 23. Oh, I agree, Disco Dave. De Gea, beg him to come back. Eric Ten Hag fucked us right up. You know what, though, Disco Dave? What is the matter with our recruitment team? Why wouldn't David De Gea come back to us? I know he's had a good time of it at Fiorentina. He's doing well. Yeah, Gunshi says, I'd still take De Gea back as well. Yeah, me too. He would be the one that I would go for because surely he would be interested if we paid him well enough. He'd be getting more money at Fiorentina. Not that it's all about the money for him at this stage, but he knows United. He loves United. It was never really down to him why he wanted to leave. It was down to that Eric Ten Hag Dutch Kojak mug. Remember when Eric Ten Hag got sacked? And De Gea put that emoji online, like, fucking enjoy it, yeah? You know, that Italian fucking gesture emoji. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, he's the reason why he left Manchester United. No other reason. If it was down to any other top manager, if Ollie was at the wheel or Jose, or they would have never let David De Gea leave, would they? They would have definitely signed him up to a new contract. So they stitched up David De Gea at the time, but it's a new regime. Surely he's got a lot of love still for Manchester United, and if we actually did go for him, perhaps we could do the deal. And what I would say is Fiorentina, I'm sure, if you actually made the contact and offered them this, would probably do a straight swap for Andre Onana. I can almost guarantee that they would. Because Andre was playing in Serie A to a good standard just a couple of years ago, getting into Champions League finals and stuff. He's also got that experience in Italy. He's much younger than David De Gea. David De Gea is not old by any means by a goalkeeper's standard. He's not old by any means. He could still play for a few good years at the top level. So he's not old by any means, David De Gea, but you are getting somebody who's obviously approaching the end of their career. Now, I'm sure they would take Andre Onana at Fiorentina if they were offered him. Why wouldn't they? They're getting a good goalkeeper for many years. Whereas, okay, he's not as good as De Gea, but if De Gea wanted to go to Manchester United, then what are they going to do? So I think we should absolutely try, you know, and do that, but we're not going to, are we? That ship has sailed, unfortunately. John Victor, yeah, fair enough, for Bruggen. Good talent for Lurpak spread. Bunch of teams in various US sports have moved locations. That's right, Thugger. Yeah, and loads of teams in US sports have done that. I can only really think of like MK Dons that's happened to in England, but I hope it doesn't happen anymore. I mean, could you just imagine that if that does become a thing? Donnarumma will leave PSG. That would be truly the best signing we could possibly make. That would be the one. But again, don't really see him coming to Manchester United. Changes in city, shirt colours, etc. won't be allowed now with the new Football Governance Act. Well, that's banging, Tartan Scout, lad. Yeah, that's absolutely banging. That makes perfect sense because it shouldn't be allowed. What happened to the links? Morris is the Don Ornstein dropped the truth bomber. Ornstein's dropping bombers all over the place, isn't he, to be fair, this guy? Anyway, so he says we're focusing on the number 9, Ekitike, Gyokeres, Sekso, Watkins, Jackson. All these players have been linked with us previously. Obviously not Ekitike now, but, you know, we're also linked with Hjulman. We are reported to be focusing on, obviously, new signings, not just the striker position. And a goalkeeper's of very much big importance. So that's where Sonny Lamins comes in. He's linked to us right now. A defensive midfielder, obviously, somebody who's maybe got the athleticism and a bit more mobility. So we are lacking a bit there with the likes of Casemiro and Ugarte, and they're all good players and everything, but we need somebody a bit different who's a bit more, you know, up and down, a bit more athletic, a bit more physical maybe in that regard, as in quick and can get around. Something like a prime Kante would be lovely for us right now. And then, you know, we are linked to several players in that midfield position, but it's probably the third most important position for us to strengthen, in my opinion. They're all important. We need to replace all of these positions with good players, but the striker's the number one importance for me at the moment because we do need somebody who can score goals. And then the goalkeeper. Like, what's the point of really having Mbeumo, Cunha, and these guys in the team and essentially the same team if we still can't have somebody at the top of the pitch to finish them off? We know Cunha's going to score goals from open play. We know Mbeumo's going to score goals from open play. But we also need a number 9 whose main task is to score goals. And so if we can get Watkins, say, or Visser, someone like that. We've not even really talked about Visser today, but Visser I still think should be up the top of our list, but he's not for some reason. But if we can get someone like that with the Prem-proven experience to finish off the chances, then we're going to be loving it, aren't we? We're going to have lots of goals from Cunha coming. We're going to have a bunch of goals from Mbeumo coming, and those guys creating lots of goals and opportunities for a striker. But we need the striker to be able to take those opportunities. So that's where Højlund is just unrealistic and doesn't work for us, because he is a headless chicken, it seems. And it's where we need to, get the firepower up there as well. And then, okay, what good is it to actually strengthen in terms of goals if you're still going to concede a bunch of goals to somebody who spreads their hand with Lurpak butter in the morning? What is the point of that? Andre Onana always wakes up and he eats Lurpak butter on toast with grit on top. Now, the grit isn't put on top by him. No. What happens is he makes the toast, he gets the Lurpak out, he gets the knife, he puts the Lurpak on the knife. He starts to spread the Lurpak butter on the toast, and then every single morning, without fail, he drops the toast butter side down onto the floor. There's no point in him remaking it. He's just going to do it again. So he has to pick it up and he has to have that slightly gritty Lurpak buttered toast. That's what he has to eat every single morning, guys. Not my words, guys. No, the words of Mrs. Onana. I'm joking, obviously. What? I'm joking. He doesn't do that, but it seems like he does with how fucking floppy he is. It wouldn't surprise me if he drops his toast every single morning, this guy. Old Lurpak fingers. I do remember the Lurpak mascot, Douglas. Yeah, with the trombone, yeah? With the trombone. Is that Andre Onana? That might be him, mate. It does seem like we've signed the mascot of Lurpak with the trombone in goal. Eats too much fish and chips, you reckon? Oh, I should do Man United, baby. Won't we do much worse, lad? Vista, 40 million you take. If not, you'd give Vardy 1 year contract. Oh, 100%, lad. Great shout. So let's ask the live chat this. And I think we'd all take Vardy as a third choice backup. But at this stage, let me just ask you this. And obviously, I don't want Vardy as our number 1 striker. I want Watkins or Vista or someone like that. But let's just ask this question to the live chat for a bit of fun, because I want to know what you actually have to say. Who would you prefer to see playing at number 9 for Man United for the season? Vardy or Højlund? 22-year-old Højlund, who's been here for a couple of years and he is our player right now, or ancient Vardy, 37-year-old old boy, who's a free agent who just got relegated with Leicester? Who would you actually rather see start for Manchester United at number 9 and play? I've got to be honest, guys. I feel Vardy would definitely get us way more goals. Even if, obviously, he's older. If he stayed fit, though, he'd definitely get you way more goals than Højlund. So it's a bit of a no-brainer. And that means that Højlund's gash, doesn't it? Come on, we've got to sell this mug. If 37-year-old Vardy's getting in there, let's see what you guys are saying, but if 37-year-old Vardy's getting in there, for most of us anyway, it seems. Yeah, for most of us anyway, it seems. I know I'm not answering that if you. But doesn't that just show you how glaringly bad Højlund is? If we're saying that Vardy, not all of us are saying Vardy, but a lot of us are saying maybe Vardy would be a better option because he'd get you more goals, right? Now, if that's the case, what the hell are we doing flogging a dead horse with Gashmas Boyland at the football club? He has to be sold. He's got to be moved on this summer. So I think that's of paramount importance as well. Get rid of this Melter this summer and sign a new striker or two. Sign Vardy as a backup option. Keep Chido Obi and then sign Watkins or Vissa. That's the firepower you need up top. If you get a backup Vardy, you've still got Chido, and then your main guy, Watkins. You're bloody loving it, aren't you? That's what United need to do. You still wouldn't mind Watkins. Me too, I'd love it. And if Villa are a little bit strapped for cash, maybe they would cash in on a 29-year-old player who didn't play that much towards the end of last season for them. So I would say, yes, that's a great shout. Watkins would be great, but it depends how greedy Aston Villa are. Or if we could do a deal for Garnacho. Vardy simply has better finishing. Yeah, precisely. Better finishing, mate. Way better movement as well, Like Gashmas Boyland isn't terrible in that regard, but he's also very lacking in terms of the movement. It's not his worst facet. His worst facet probably is finishing and just his his clinicality, he's a bit of a deer in the headlights up there. Gashmas Boyland over Vardy. I just don't get that, Mark. Look at the stats even last season. I'll be honest with you, Mark. I don't know the stats. I don't know the stats, but I can almost guarantee you Vardy got at least 3-4 times the amount of Premier League goals that Rasmus Højlund did. I think Rasmus only got 3 or 4, didn't he? Surely Vardy got at least 9 or 10, and that's why he was out for a little bit. That's also why he's been a little bit more of a slightly bit part, and Leicester getting relegated. So Spin, thank you so much for the £5 super chat, you legend. Pig, did you Balboa-esque training montage from Garnacho? Did you see it? Do you know what? I haven't seen this, Spin. No, what? Are you serious? There's a Garnacho Balboa-esque. Where is this on, mate? Is it on Insta or X or where? Let me have a look on X, see if I can find it here first. Has he even got an X? Don't know, mate. I want to see this cringing thing. Hang on, Garnacho training. Let me just see if I can search that in X, see if it comes up. See if there's some sort of cringe montage here. I don't know. I haven't seen it actually spin, but it sounds Insta. Okay, let me go and have a little look at this and see what he's all about, mate. Garnacho, you cringing bastard. Oh, dear. All right, let's have a look. Garnacho. Here he is. Is it on his story or just his actual post? I'm guessing it's his story, right? Let me just have a look at this, guys, real quick. Oh, no. Watch the full reel. Oh, no. Oh, my God. He's got the Cristiano Ronaldo voiceover on it as well. Hang on, copyright. What the fuck? He's got the Cristiano Ronaldo voiceover. This is some cringe shit right here, guys. Get him gone immediately. Oh. Anyway, that is some cringe stuff right there, guys. Yes, well, thanks for bringing that to my attention there, Spin. That's cringe. Vardy would get more. I agree with you, Troopy. I agree. He would just get more goals, simply. Slabby, come on, Vardy did not even play all the games for Leicester last year. It's a joke. I know he didn't. Yeah, I know he didn't, mate. But there's a reason for that, isn't there? Vardy, even if he's blindfolded, Vardy must be worth a punt. He might rub off on Højlund or mentor him. Giroud over Højlund, that's just, yeah, I mean, Giroud's just gone. I've always rated Giroud. That's just because nobody, but he's obviously ancient now. But he'd still get more goals than Højlund, definitely. That's just because nobody has seen Vardy play for us. After 5 matches, the opinions would very likely change. Well, listen, we're not even talking really about Jamie Vardy playing that regularly. Well, the reason I'm talking about Vardy is because we need firepower. We should have 3 number 9s. Obi and Vardy and Watkins. That's something along those lines. That's what we should have. Somebody wily with experience to come on and bag you some goals late in games or when you need him to. Then you've got the youngster who's up and coming, who's learning from the wily old fox. And he's also, getting opportunities here and there. And then you've got the main guy who's scoring the majority of the goals and playing the majority of the matches. So, yes, that's what we need. We should have 3 main number 9s. Three proper number 9s in the squad to call upon. A retired Van Persie over Højlund. Oh, no doubt. What a baller. Only way we get Visser is if Brentford get relegated this season. Maybe. Or if there's another club going in for him, I suppose. If they perhaps are on the verge of signing him. Callum Wilson's on a free transfer. I don't hate Callum Wilson, but I'd rather Vardy at the moment. The reason for that is I feel like Vardy is easily obtainable for a year. He will probably come for a year, won't he? He's old as hell. He's not going to really be able to get a 2 or 3 year contract anywhere, really, Jamie Vardy. He'll be signing 1-year deals now. So for that reason, he's quite good for Man United because we'll get rid of him in a year. If we want, we can just get rid of him in a year. So I think he'd sign a 1-year deal, whereas I don't think Wilson. I think Wilson is like 32, 33 or something. I don't think he would necessarily sign a 1-year deal. But Watkins and Vardy off the bench. Oh yeah. Well, Watkins and Vardy are off the bench. Well, Vardy off the bench. You would not take Vardy in a desperate situation. Yeah, maybe Vardy's a hard worker. I'm concerned about his age. If we do it, proper 1-year deal. Well, it should only be a 1-year deal. That's why I like it. It smacks of Michael Owen free transfer vibes. Look, obviously Owen was younger then and stuff, but it's not going to have quite that impact probably. But you never know. I mean, if he gets 1 or 2 big goals in big games, it might be worth it. We saw Owen score a couple of real memorable goals, like that one against City that time for the winner. So that paid for his whole time at United, if you ask me. Same could be said for Vardy if he bags a couple of important goals. Disco Dave says, shit, Maguire gets more goals than Rasmus. Yeah, Højlund must have a serious package. He's weighed down. Our coaches suck. Well, we need to see a lot better from the way we play. I mean, like that Leeds game the other day, I don't really know what we've been working on in training, but I couldn't see any sort of improvements. But obviously, it's only early doors in the summer. I love Jared Bowen, Daniel. I don't think it's realistic. He just seems like a West Ham player, doesn't he? Yeah, G-Wiz says hands off. He seems like the sort of old-school, no-nonsense West Ham player that you just seem to have in every generation, whether it's, your Nobles or your... He's just that sort of guy. I can see him just seeing out his entire career at West Ham. just got that sort of vibe about him. You don't get too many players like that these days, but I feel like he wouldn't even really want to go anywhere. But we'll see. West Ham are having a bit of a shitter, so you never know. I mean, he's certainly capable of playing for a top side. Vardy has the IQ. Oh, definitely. He's a wily old goat, mate. In reality, it's really just United's finishing and goalie that costs you. Everything else is solid. Yeah, well, reasonably. Certainly, we could do with a bit more cover, but you're right. I mean, the midfield battle, we need to work on winning that more. So we do need to have maybe somebody who's a bit more mobile in there. So we do need another midfielder. But still, Cassie showed he's still got some bottle for us towards the end of last season and was good for a few months. I'm not writing him off. Vardy will only be able to play a few minutes a week. Rather have faith in Obi. I don't know, only a few minutes. That's harsh. He's not coming into the field of play on a Zimmer frame, lad. Do you know what I mean? You know, he could come on last 20 minutes of games and stuff like that. Or, you know, come on. He can score goals. Jarrod Bowen constantly overlooked. Well, he is, but that's because I think he's, as I say, he's not really the type to sort of push for a move. He seems pretty content there, you know. He's shagging Danny Dyer and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? Piggy, I'll dig red boots out. What's that chant that West Ham have? I think it's like something along those lines. He's shagging Danny Dyer. Ward Prowse. Yeah. I mean, probably not now. Probably not now. We need, like I say, I think if we're going to sign somebody for the midfield, it needs to be somebody who's like going to be all over the gaff, mate. I'm talking about like, yeah, we've mentioned Edison, obviously. Richard Rios doesn't seem, that's obviously off the cards now, but you know, players like that. But our team sucks. You could have Prime Rude up there and he would struggle. I don't know about that, Thugger. You know, actually, if you look last season, we're still creating quite a few chances for the striker, right? Gashman's point and actually having a stinker. For a start, somebody like Rude would obviously get a lot more chances anyway because his movement was just sensational. His movement's way better in the box and around the box and all that sort of stuff compared to someone like Gashman's point. So he'd actually create his own chances to a degree. You know what I mean? And then also he would finish way more. So no, I agree. I think if we had someone like Rude, we would be halfway there, you know. We really would. We'd be halfway there because that's it. If you've got somebody world class who can finish him off, that's the toughest thing to do in football, really. Garnacho needs to fire his media team or his free friends. Yeah, Timo Werner. Knowing United, we'd sign Vardy up to a 4-year deal with 200 a week paycheck. Oh, mate. Yeah, no, that's hopefully that would not happen. But yes, I mean, knowing United, it wouldn't be a surprise, would it, for them to just absolutely pay over the odds. I mean, I don't really see us going for Vardy, but I'm just saying I think we should go for Vardy personally as a 1-year deal as an option. Okay, right. Let's continue. Oh, what's this? Who's phoning me? Don't know. I'm not answering it. Don't answer if it's a number I don't know. I'm not answering it, my friend. You're a Liverpool scum with a good finisher. You beat us at Anfield last season. Vardy could have a positive impact on younger strikers' confidence as hell. Yeah, exactly. Imagine having Danny Dyer as your father-in-law. Oh, that's absolutely hilarious, isn't it, mate? That'd be class, wouldn't it? Yeah. I said, nice one, brother. I said, nice one, bruv. That would be so funny, mate. Oh. Any update on the Garnacho transfer? Not really. I mean, it's understood there's a couple of Prem clubs interested. It's thought that Garnacho wants to stay in the Prem. Maybe Villa, maybe Chelsea, the more realistic because they can maybe afford him. But again, Garnacho not the most wanted player right now because he's got a bit of a stinking attitude. Garnacho trolling you. By the time your negotiating team has finished, Vardy would have retired anyway. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe right. Right, let's continue with the show. I think, have I got another couple of little bits and bobs? Let's have a look. I mean, obviously there was that news on Lamans the other day. That's still the same situation where we've supposedly made contact, but there's nothing more there. And Mbeumo only wanted United. From The Athletic, Brentford applied pressure on Mbeumo to accept moves to suitors such as Newcastle or Tottenham, but the player remained adamant on moving to United at any cost. Emi Martinez, situation remains the same. Villa keeper keen on move, but Man United yet to decide. Villa also in a stronger financial position now after selling the women's team. Also, Sancho to Juventus is now on hold, reports Gianluca Di Marzio. After investing heavily in the purchase of Francisco Conceição, Juventus now want to wait for at least one sale on the wingers, including Nico Gonzalez, Weir and others. Also, in regards to the striker position for United, Ben Jacobs reports United are not currently pursuing Nicolas Jackson. Not currently pursuing. Situation will only change if finance or a potential deal after alter significantly. Nothing active as it stands. Alter significantly. Yeah, I think Nicolas Jackson's deal probably would have to alter significantly, wouldn't it? It would probably have to go as something along the lines of this. Hello, Manchester United recruitment team. Yes, we've got a player to offer you, Nicolas Jackson. We're going to offer you him for free. And also, we're going to send frickin' Sydney Sweeney round once a week to give you a notion for the next 3 years. Okay? Sound good? That's what they'd have to offer us to take Nicolas Jackson. Like, we don't want Nicolas Jackson, for fuck's sake. He's paying average. Plus, they're asking a lot of money for Nicolas Jackson. Anyway, I wouldn't take him for a tuppence. Fab quotes United Gyokeres chance. I don't know about this bollocks, but, reports are that Gyokeres has been offered to United in the last 24 hours. Overnight between Monday and Tuesday from sporting intermediaries. They've offered again to United the opportunity to enter in the deal and try and hijack the move. A little bit more on that. Fab posted and said, Manchester United have been offered again the chance by Inter Milan. He's close to sporting to bid for Gyokeres. Same as last week. Clear answer once again from Viktor. He wants to join Arsenal. His only desire, he wants to keep fighting for that. Yeah, so he's going to Arsenal, isn't he? But I suppose if Arsenal can't reach that agreement or if they go elsewhere, then he would still be available. But it'd be like getting some sloppy seconds, wouldn't it? United to focus on new signings, reports David Ornstein. Says we're looking at a new goalkeeper, defensive midfielder and a new striker. We've also been linked with Hjulmand in recent times. And then Ornstein also just saying that we're working on a number 9. Gyokeres was linked with us anyway. Sekso, Watkins, Jackson on the list. But we're not pursuing Jackson, says David Ornstein. So that's what David Ornstein says. Okay, we're going to get stuck into the live chat now anyway, guys, for a bit of a Q&A vibes. Thank you, everyone who's in here. Keep hitting the thumbs up button if you haven't done so. Hit the likes. You can give us a repost. I'm just going to shout you out literally in 1 minute. Give us a repost on X if you can. Give us a follow there as well. Get yourself subscribed to the channel. Help us get to 91,600 subscribers. We are currently only 11 away, so give us a subscribe if you're new, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Oh, yes. You don't want Vardy Piggy, rather put Cheeto up there. Yeah, but Cheeto's just not really ready. He needs to be brought in there slowly, doesn't he? He does need chances, and he should get game time. But I think he should be sort of blooded gradually rather than just chucked in at the deep end, personally, because he is very young. Bowen's married into the family. Right, let's get stuck into the live chat. Oh, before I do, I'll just check if there's anything new and that's come out just quickly here on X from all the journos and stuff in regards to United dealings. Just very quickly before we get into it. No, nothing to do with us. What's this? Thomas Muller will not retire from professional football. Well, if it was 10 years ago, I'd be interested, definitely, but not now. Saul's on his way to Rio, as a new Flamengo player. Lisandro Martinez is part of the United squad for the US tour. He's still out injured and won't be rushed back into action, but a key dressing room figure. Nice one. So Lisandro Martinez is in the tour. Apparently, this is reported there via Rich Fay, who says that Lisandro Martinez is involved in the tour. Nice one. Turning up to his first day in style. Nice is a picture of Bryan and Mbeumo getting involved at United. Come on. Yes, lad. First time as a Red. Let's go. Right. Let's get stuck into the chat, guys. Thank you, every one of you, for smashing the like. Thank you, every one of you, for reposting us. I'm going to shout you out now, all the reposters. We've had 11 legends repost us. Thank you very much, the 11 legends. Shout out to you all. Aaron, New United, Kieran, Vincent Bullock, Feline Fur, Berber, John Boy Cat, MR Pervert. You what? Francois Cock, Gary Wadsley, and Sanjay Ramatar, legends. Let's get stuck into the chat then, guys. Thanks for joining. Thank goodness, don't want Jackson anywhere near the club. Nah, same. Would you prefer 2 Jacksons over 1 Gyokeres? No, I wouldn't. I'd definitely prefer to get Gyokeres personally. But again, Gyokeres is kind of like sloppy seconds. He's used goods, mate, you know? Like, he's already said he wants to join Arsenal. As far as I'm concerned, he's a dirty gooner now. You know, and he's going to be playing for the Arsenals. So, even if that doesn't work out, we know that his true intentions was to play for Arsenal. And that was who we wanted to play for. So do we really want somebody's second choice, somebody's rejects? You know, I don't think about that, really. I don't think we do, really. As much as I know Amorim probably would like Gyokeres, surely that ship sailed. We have to look at getting a new striker. And even, to be honest with you anyway, I think it could be a blessing in disguise for us. Because he has potential to come over to the Prem and struggle for a little bit, like a lot of players do. He is strong and physical and all that, but even so, it's the Premier League. It's not the Portuguese league. It's different. and United, and Arsenal, United, whoever he would come to, it's like they're not guaranteed. He's not guaranteed necessarily to do well because he's not Premier League proven. So I do think that is a factor. I think it's better for us. Could be a blessing in disguise if we actually have to go for a Premier League proven player. You're hard at work, but I'm here, brother. Oh, Jamie Riley, let's go, Jamie. Well, hope you're having a great day at work, lad, but thank you so much for getting in while you're working. Appreciate you, lad. What would you be happy with United achieving in the new season? Spiritual enlightenment. No. What would I like? Honestly, 7th place, mate. As long as we can get into Europe. 6th place, ideally. As long as we can get into Europe, it would be a very decent season for us. Let's not get too carried away about it being amazing, because United should be up there getting in Champions League spots. But it's unrealistic to expect us to do that where we finished last season and how we've been playing. Amorim's got his work cut out for him, obviously, and he needs a lot of help with signings, and we haven't got them yet. So I don't really expect us, even if we get the signings we need, I think 7th would actually be a very decent finish for us. 15th is where we finished last season, guys, so we can't be expected to close the gap and challenge for the title. And also compete with the teams like Liverpool, who finished on double the amount of points of us last season, and they've spent hundreds of millions on new players. Chelsea, City, Arsenal, all these teams that are doing a lot of business who are up there. So we can't really be expected to compete with them at the moment. It's just unrealistic. So we have to think about trying to compete for those 6th, 7th, 8th spots, to be fair. Unfortunately, that's where we are. We are in the shit. I hate to talk about United this way. It just feels wrong to me. Even just a few years back, I always felt like we should be challenging up there, and we sort of were. We weren't winning it, but we finished second a couple of times under Jose and Ollie, and, we were sort of up there. But, yeah, now it just feels like we're just miles off. We're absolutely out in the doldrums, guys. This is the worst overall sort of spell of confidence for United for a while, for us fans, I think, because what the hell? I don't know about you, but I don't feel like we could even really get top 6. And that's terrible, isn't it? When you're Manchester United and you don't even think you can get top 6, even if you do get the signings. I mean, that's shit, isn't it? But that's true. That's where we're at the moment. Are them ducks mugging me off? Hope you're having a good day as well, Man United. Great fan. Eferisto, my friend. Zlatan could come out of retirement and score. My name is Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic would definitely score more goals than Gasmus Boylan. Gasmus Boylan is the worst striker I've ever seen play in life. Zlatan Ibrahimovic would score 6 goals a season using left testicle if he was only allowed to use left testicle. Zlatan Ibrahimovic would outscore Gasmus Boylan if he had both legs tied behind his back. This is true. We're looking at Mateta, I think. That would be nice also. It's a call for super agent Timo Schafter. You're not wrong. Wouldn't surprise me if we try sign Mateta Pig. What you think? I like it. Akuna Mateta for the rest of my days. I like it, mate. I mean, I prefer Vissa, prefer Watkins, but I also really do like the Mateta link. I think Premier League sort of stats don't lie. He's got some decent stats in the Prem. You reckon we're looking at Mateta considering the Palace situation? We should sign a new club chef. Our current one is just giving out cans of free Bentos. Thing is, though, at least we've lost the tin opener the last couple of months, because look at Luke Shaw and Cassie and these guys. They've slimmed down a little bit. So we are having free Bentos, but to be fair to Luke Shaw, he doesn't get to eat as many as he used to, because rather than opening them with electric tin opener, now he just has to smash them against a rock. So it takes him a lot longer for him to get into them, so he can't consume as many. So it is working in one respect, lad. Let's stop talking. Yeah, Jackson can just go do one, I agree. How will Vardy communicate with Dyer family? He will have to learn Cockney nonsense talk, won't he? I don't want Nicolas Jackson, rather other Jackson, Michael. We need a moonwalker who will bang in those goals. Hey, good shout, lad. Yeah, we do. Oh, how old is Muller now? Oh, goodness me, I don't know. He's got to be pushing 40. That guy doesn't he? Seems like he's been around forever. We've got 140 likes. Thank you, everyone who's hit the likes there. Appreciate that. Avram, did I even read that super chat? I can't remember, but seeing as you're an Avram Glazer scummer, we're just going to say Glazer's out to you, sir. What have you missed? You've missed a bit about the striker position, Watkins, all of that sort of stuff. We need a new striker. Now that Mbeumo's done, we're expected that we'll be working on the striker soon. So, yeah, every striker has been linked with Big has 100% rejected you. What makes you think you're getting Gyokeres when he's rejected you? I don't know if you have some sort of a vitamin deficiency there, or maybe just perhaps an other ailment. But what I would like to say to you, Comet Ironheart, lad, is that I've never said that I think we're getting Gyokeres. All I've said is I think he's going to Arsenal, lad. Okay? there are some stupid reports coming out. You know, Fab said last night that apparently United were offered the chance to sign Gyokeres again. But his decision is going to Arsenal. I never said that, you prat. But you know what? There will be, and you say every striker linked with us. That's just not the case, is it? Because every striker's linked with us, we haven't gone for. They haven't rejected us. Have we been rejected by Visser? Have we been rejected by Watkins? No, we haven't, mate. We might have been rejected by Gyokeres because he prefers Arsenal. That's true. But I don't think we've been rejected by everyone, by any means. Did Gyokeres really break off with his girlfriend and go to England? That's really bad of Gyokeres. Apparently so. I mean, I did hear that obviously her family's out there in Portugal. Who knows if that's true, though, Sean? I mean, that just sounds like one of those speculative guff stories. But apparently, you know, there were some reports going around that he's decided to focus on his career and sack off his missus. You know, if we can raise, say, 80 million, would you go for Blaber Wharton this summer? I mean, I definitely would go for one of those players if we could get that sort of money together for a midfielder, but it's unlikely, isn't it? Kolumani / Ramos on loan. Yeah, Ramos on loan would be a good one. A couple of players on loan, actually. Palhinha would be a good one on loan. Will you be okay with signing a good 9 and a good midfielder, but Onana stays? I guess, but I'd rather get rid of Onana because we could have the same gash problems go into next season. I just hope we sign Lamans and he becomes, you know, at least a contender for that starting spot, lad. We must get Michael Jackson, Shamone. You're really optimistic for the season. We just need to get behind Amorim and let him do his job. Just do your job. That's your job, is to get points. That's your job. I don't know why Roy Keane just turned into an American there. We were in the ballpark for a while now with just balls, left testicle. Just like to thank whoever gifted me a 1-month membership to the Best Fan channel. I'm not sure who it was, you know, Blazer, but big ups to the legends. It might have been actually, who was it yesterday? It might have been that tartan scout Liverpool scummer, mate, actually. Looking forward to seeing Mbeumo scoring against Brentford. Oh, yeah. Does that mean Amorim will focus on the FA Cup next season for a European spot? Potentially, Disco Dave. It's going to have a lot more weight on it than it usually would. Obviously, we're focused on the FA Cup and Cups anyway. You want to win the League Cup. You want to win the FA Cup in particular. Of course you do, but it's not the premier competition to focus on, is it? Let's face it, Premier League, Champions League, that's going to take precedence for the teams that are competing in those. So the FA Cup is definitely the trophy we should be looking to win because, yes, it gets you into Europe, but also, you know, it is one of the only things we can win this season. The FA Cup, the League Cup, we've got to try and win them. You'll take Jackson if Mount and Shaw go the other way. All lovely, yeah. Acuna, Matella, vegan Frey Bentos. Classic settings. Cassie looked depleted without the Bentos magic. That's true. Do need that Frey Benny in him, maybe a bit quicker. Piggy, what you think of Chris Wood? I mean, obviously he had a great season, but I struggle to imagine that he's going to replicate that again. But maybe I'm wrong. Acuna, Matetta passing down the wing. Thomas Muller was insane back in the day, wasn't he? Yeah, absolute legend of the game, to be fair. Jackson's off the wall. Don't expect a thriller from him. Nah, he's very bad. Very bad indeed, mate. You're not alone in thinking that. Oh, we got to sign Mateta now. Can't get that song out of my head. Who's this, Mel? We were rejected by Delap, I think, but that was a bullet dodge. Oh, yeah, Delap did actually reject us. That's fair. Fair enough. Okay, he did as well. But that was a bullet dodge. I agree. Make Frey Bentos pies. Lewandowski hasn't rejected us, nor has Haaland. You reckon that guy Zane's alt account could be? Imagine after breaking up with his bird that Arsenal deal collapses. Oh, Jamie. He's got to see her at the supermarket every day. Gyokeres choosing Arsenal over United. He's going to regret it for the rest of his life. What a dum-dum. Yeah, maybe Marinical. I mean, I think long-term, obviously, United could be still back on top. You know, we're probably the team that's most likely to win the Premier League out of Arsenal and United next. You know, because Arsenal are just perennial bottle jobs. It's been over 20 years now for those Melts. Okay, they're up there. They're getting far in Champions Leagues and they're up there challenging. But let's be honest, they don't win things. They haven't won the Prem for years, even longer than us. 10 years longer than us. So they are a bit of a bottle job club, mate. You're right. We're probably more likely to win the Prem sooner than they are. Mrs. didn't want him to go to Arsenal because he wouldn't win trophies. She's a smart one. Delap rejected you. Osserman rejected you. Osserman didn't reject us, though, did he? We didn't even go in for Osserman, come at Ironheart. You're right about Delap. You're right about Gyokeres. But Watkins, Visser, you know, all these other strikers we're talking about, you're talking shite now. It's only a couple. Point notes, there's reports that spin a lot of stories to make money too. Sporting want Arsenal to pay 60 million and could potentially be using United to get more money out of. That's exactly what's going on. He's not actually realistically linked with Man United now. In Portugal, it's being reported that United are linked with Gyokeres again and that he's been offered to us. But again, like you say, it's just to increase the likelihood they can try and squeeze a deal for Arsenal there. Nearly signed Lua in 2012, ended up going for RVP instead. Oh, well, RVP fired us to that title this year, wasn't he? Lua, incredible, but RVP, man, what a season that was. Fan interaction from Piggy's top notch. Oh, thank you, Sean Leno. I appreciate that, lad. I try and read all the messages out. It's not always easy, but this one is an easy, manageable stream. Oh, look who it is. Gyokeres is ours. Avatar Free Trader coming, plus Xavi Simons, or Easy coming to us. I thought Xavi Simons was now been linked to Chelsea, mate. I've heard today that Xavi Simons is on the Chelsea list, and that's more realistic. You're not going to be signing Xavi Simons as well as Gyokeres. What are you talking about, lad? Anyway, Gyokeres probably is yours, to be fair, and, you know, fair play to him if he wants to go and be an Arsenal, then more for him. Because, as I say, he's probably not likely to win anything over there. Yeah, they'll be up there challenging. Yeah, we'll add to his Champions League tally and all that shite. But is he actually going to be getting trophies there, mate? I would hazard a guess that no, he's not. He's just going to end up being a perennial melt job, like most of Arsenal's bottle job club. I mean, even United over the last 3 seasons saying we got to a Europa League final, which we can't believe we lost against Spurs. Fucking unbelievable. We also won the FA Cup and the League Cup, which is more than you can say for Arsenal in the last few years. I know when Arteta first came in, he did win the FA Cup, didn't he? More luck than judgment right away. He was in the job for a few months. But since then, he's had $1 billion spent, and what have you really got for it, mate? Come on. You're shite, lad. Anyway, I don't think you're getting Simons or Easy, to be honest with you. You didn't know the one of the cast from First I Know What You Did Last Summer would play the bad guy in the new one. Did you know? Didn't know the one cast from the First I Know. Have you just ruined it for everyone, Zane? Are you what we call in industry a prick of a spoiler alert wanker? What are you telling me? Freddie Prinze Jr. is a fucking killer in the new one? What are you on about, mate? You know what I mean? Zane Miyashi, I hope you've not just spoiled that for everyone, you prat. You know? The big reveal at the end is fucking Sarah Michelle Gellar. No, not Sarah Michelle Gellar, sorry. Jennifer Love Hewitt's the killer at the end, mate. That's the big reveal. How dare you ruin that for everyone, mate? Got to sign Mateta now, I'll be gutted if we don't. Oh, yeah, shut it, Zane. Oh, we don't really want to continue the Gyokeres saga. No, he's an Arsenal. And Zane the Insane in the gaff, here he is. Here he is. Yeah, we should try to hijack Arsenal. I'm all for it, only if Gyokeres expresses some interest. It's not going to happen. He doesn't want to come to us. The only way it happens is if Arsenal sign someone else and leave him hanging. I like how the spelling of Gyokeres changes every time it does from saying, doesn't it? Did you hear that Newcastle Journal on Talksport last night came across so bitter by saying Elanga outscored Mbeumo? How did he outscore Mbeumo? But in all fairness, no, I didn't. I don't listen to that talk shite these days, mate. Because Sporting will sue his asked a breach of contract. The guys are going to go Arsenal one look at the trophy cabinet, instant regret. Xavi Simons on a mission to play in every single European league. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Piggy. No worries, Man United Greek fan. I appreciate you getting in. I really do. Arsenal signed Kirk Sucker. Have you heard Chamillionaire's new song, Trying to Catch Me Flapping and Flopping? It's Andre Onana in the video. Oh, sorry, you said Chamillionana. They see me flopping and flapping. We're having a stinker, trying to catch me being a goalkeeper. With Emery squad, they are perennial bottle jobs. Exactly. Rashi's no mood to pass to be announced on Wednesday. Yeah, good riddance to bad news. She was back in the day, Jeff. You're not wrong, lad. Kuna Mateta, what wonderful. Always had a big crush on Jennifer Love Hewitt back in the day. Sorry, meant to say things he will outscore. Sorry for confusion. Deals need to be done before the media even catches up. No drama. You didn't want Goksuka anyway. Man, who is Goksuka? Like, Goksuka, is that like the greatest football player of all time? Is it like some sort of a mixture between Goku and Davor Suka? Thomas Muller would be a class signing. Yeah, well, a few years back, but I don't know about now. He is still obviously probably better than what we got, but in terms of Cashman's boiling on someone, but still, I think it's a bit, yeah, over the hill and far away. Anyway, guys, we're just approaching about an hour on the show. That's the lunchtime live. There isn't any other transfer news, I don't think, coming out for United. We are expected to be working on Lamans. We're expected to be working on a striker such as perhaps Watkins or who knows, Sekso, who knows. We didn't even really talk about Sekso today, to be fair, in this video, but I meant to. But we didn't really talk about Sekso, but I did mean to talk about Sekso. The Sekso deal is kind of just, it's there. The link is there, but it's not very realistic because of the amount of money involved. Like, he's going to cost a lot of money and wages as well and all that sort of stuff. It's just, it doesn't seem to really match with what United are trying to do right now. So maybe a Premier League proven player who's a bit more affordable, like a Viscera or Watkins, is more fit in the bill right now. We'll see. But we certainly need to go and get someone. I would not say no to Sekso, though, if that was on the cards and that's who Amorim wanted. Super chat. Thank you, Gungshi, you absolute legend. I appreciate you getting in the chat, mate. As always, your absolute long time Don. Long schlong Don. Thank you, Gungshi. And everybody else who's in here, thank you so much for joining the stream. We're pretty much going to be wrapping it up now, but I'll just read a couple more out. And Godzilla, thank you so much, has just sent me a 1001. Is that what that is? I don't know. Legend Godzilla. Hey, Pig, I just read Tiny Hand Merchant. Jeremy Beano was a big arsehole fan. Dale Winton, too, liked her. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, mate. Fucking hell, Godzilla, lad, steady on. I've got to pre-read super chats, don't I? Fucking hell, mate. Dale Winton was a legend, lad. Dale Winton was an absolute legend. Rest in peace. And Jeremy Beano as well. Rest in peace. Fucking hell. Thank you, Godzilla, for the super chat, I guess. You know. Fucking hell. Oh, anyway, let's hope that we can get rid of Andre Onana, maybe get a new striker in, guys, hey? Thank you very much, Gaz, Wayne, Lynx, Paula, Tartan Scout, thank you for the super chat as well. Couple of late legends getting in here with another super chat. Thank you, Tartan Scout. Here, mate, he's a fucking Liverpool scummer, mate. So, hang on, Tartan Scout, does that mean you're a Scottish Scouser or not? Anyway, thank you so much, though, Tartan Scout. You're a legend. Appreciate that. Thank you, Mikhail. Appreciate you as well. Shout out to all the mods like Daz Salford, Mikhail Kramer, obviously Gungshi, and all the mods in the live chat in blue. Thank you to all the members in green for supporting the show. People like Mikhail Kramer and Gungshi and Gaz Wads. Thank you, Gaz Wads, for being a member of the channel, you legend. And also Jamie and X-Man and Martin and Mud. Gaz, was it you who messaged me on Twitter or not, mate? Sorry, I'm confused now. Red Savina. I thought I said someone else for a second. Big up there, lad. Paula, Lynx, Mikhail, Jeff, Sean, Man United Greek fan, Prod, Disco Dave, Miz, Tartan Scout. You're from Edinburgh, but support Liverpool all my life. Something to do with King Kenny. Oh, well, fair play to you there, Tartan Scout, man. A good name then, I suppose. You know what I mean? A Scottish Scouser. It's the worst of both worlds. I'm just joking, mate. Legend, nice one. Links, Canute. Yes, Canute, let's go. We're just finishing. Great to see you, Canute. Have a great day, you legend. Howard, Gaz. I can't remember now, Gaz. Was it you about the guitar, lad? I'm sorry. Or was it somebody else called Gaz? My brain's turned into some sort of Andre Onana jelly consistency. Nice one, Madhouse, Wayne, Daz, Bottomless. Anyway, everyone, thanks for tuning in. That's it from me. You can come back after this video is finished. Oh, it wasn't you. Okay, nice one. No worries, no worries. You can come back out. Yes, I am doing FIFA Tonight Prod. I know I said that last night. I melted, but we're definitely doing it tonight. Right, guys, you can actually subscribe to my gaming channel right there. I'll pin it to the top of the live chat. If you're not subscribed to the gaming channel, we will be on there tonight, around about sort of 10:45 p.m. So join Flying Pig Gaming over there. Give us a cheeky little follow. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment on this video. Follow us on Insta, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick at Flying Pig United. All the links are in the description. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe and all that. Get yourself involved for the next one by clicking the bell icon so you don't miss the notifications. And we will see you for the next one. Me too, Matt. Nice one, guys. Oh, fair play to you there, Godzilla. Fair enough, lad. Howard, Links, Gregory. Yeah, that Piers Morgan melts an Arsenal fan as well, isn't he? Tells you everything you need to know. Cheers, guys. That's it from me. Have a great day. And remember, Piggy loves you. And also remember, when the seagulls follow the trawler, this is because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Get in there, you beauties. Thank you so much to all the patrons here for supporting the channel on patreon.com/flyingpigunited. As a thank you, all you legends will be appearing on this outro list. Get in there. Once again, thank you to all the YouTube members, but one of the best ways you can support the channel is on patreon.com, so check it out. Patreon.com/flyingpigunited. And once again, a big thank you to all the legends that do support the channel on Patreon. Get in there.